Kasehija was truly working hard and was determined to make a place in the starting lineup. The next day, Sakamoto continuously followed Ubikata's orders and in the evening, he helped Kasehija with his practice. A few days later, a list of 17 front players was announced. Everyone was quite scared. Sakamoto secretly prayed for Kasehija to be selected, but surprisingly, the 17th player chosen was Sakamoto. The coach didn't say anything about this decision and left. Everyone was shocked to hear this. Kasehija stood up and called Sakamoto to meet him on the soccer field. Sakamoto was quite sad for him. Kasehija secretly cried a lot in the bathroom while Sakamoto sadly looked at his number 17 jersey. Later, Kasehija met him on the soccer field, who had come to train Sakamoto in football. Sakamoto started crying seeing this. In the first match of the group stage, Saitazaki's team faced the Teteyama team. Sakamoto was kept as a reserve player. Ubikata made him do many odd jobs because she didn't think the coach would put him on the field. Even sitting on the bench, Sakamoto didn't leave any stone unturned to encourage his teammates. Saitazaki got many opportunities but all went in vain. According to the goalkeeper, the pace of the game was very slow and sluggish, so if the other team counter-attacked, it could be very dangerous. The coach also started feeling quite bored because the players were running as if they were playing in a muddy swamp. Then they looked at Sakamoto, who was full of enthusiasm, so they decided to send him to the field. Everyone was surprised to hear this. Sakamoto was substituted in as player number 11, who encouraged him with a headbutt. As soon as he joined the team, he infused new energy into the team due to his innocence and enthusiasm. The spectators felt that Sakamoto might be their secret weapon, but unfortunately he kept missing the ball continuously and became a laughing stock for the people. But he still didn't give up. He just kept running and running. Sakamoto tried his best to do what he could, and then he stopped a fast-moving ball with such agility that it infused tremendous energy into the entire team, and the team started playing much faster. After this, they started attacking the opponent one after the other. The spectators and players all cheered the team with full vigor. Ubikata couldn't believe that Sakamoto could do something like this. After the match, Sakamoto and Ubikata started going home together. Passing through the crowd, Sakamoto was quite sad because he didn't play anything special. Not only that, he also received a yellow card. Because of him, the opponent also got a penalty. Luckily, the goalkeeper blocked the ball, and in a counter-attack, Jean got a good chance to score a goal, and with that goal, the team won. Ubikata started scolding him for his sad outlook, which attracted everyone's attention sitting there. Then she handed him the camera and left angrily. Sakamoto watched the video where everyone was praising his game and cheering him on. Tears came to his eyes seeing this. He was about to get off the train when a man stopped him. This man had also watched this video with him and had started crying a lot. Then he introduced himself saying his name was Kazuna, the captain of the soccer team. Then wiping his tears, he said that he wanted to play a football match with Sakamoto. Sakamoto got nervous hearing this. Then he started spinning the ball on his finger. Sakamoto was stunned to see this. Then he further said that he was a friend of their captain Mizuki. And then talking about Mizuki's injury, he said that if he came back to the team, Sakamoto would not get a chance. Sakamoto knew this, but he would be even happier if Mizuki returned. He took Sakamoto to a sports center where he was very happy to see many girls playing football. Then he took him to the soccer field for the match. They both were divided into two different teams. Sakamoto's team had a lot of faith in him because he was wearing the Saitazaki team's jersey. Here, even though Kazuna was acting crazy with the ball, everyone knew that during the match, he played like a monster. The match started, and with just a few basic passes, Kazuna's team took the lead. After this, with Kazuna's slight assist, Sakamoto's team conceded many goals. The first half ended. Sakamoto was surprised to see that Kazuna's team had taken such a big lead in just 10 minutes of play. All the players started talking about Kazuna's amazing skills. He didn't even shoot the ball but only passed it to others. Hearing this, Sakamoto realized that Kazuna was holding back his skills. Before the second half started, Sakamoto told Kazuna not to hide his skills like this. Kazuna got confused hearing this and told him that he was only passing because that's what was needed at the moment. Whether it's a practice match or an official match, he's serious in every match. He uses what is needed at that moment because he wants to win the match and that is his only goal. He also wants to see how Sakamoto plays football. The second half started and this time, Kazuna hit a powerful shot, shaking the opponent's net. Not only that, he was also very good at ball blocking. Because of this, Sakamoto's team could not score a single goal. The score was still 0 in 20 minutes. Seeing this, Sakamoto decided that he would somehow score a respectable goal. At the same time, he would also show Kazuna his playing style. He ran and kept running, which attracted the attention of the opposite team, taking advantage of which Sakamoto's team easily scored a goal by passing the ball to each other. The whole group celebrated this goal with great joy. Sakamoto was also very happy with his teammates. The match continued until Sakamoto collapsed from exhaustion. Finally, Kazuna had to call Mizuki to take him away. Before Mizuki picked up Sakamoto to take him home, Kazuna told him that he was eagerly waiting for their match. In the changing room, Jean saw that Sakamoto's shoes were completely ruined. Suddenly, their senior, Kimishima, came in angrily and scolded Kazo for leaving his belongings on the ground. If he left anything again, he would crush it. In the evening, Jean and Sakamoto went to a sports equipment shop to buy shoes for Sakamoto. But there they were surprised to remember that Kimishima was sitting at the counter of that shop. In fact, it was his family's store. Then Kimishima gave Jin some money to get ice cream and asked Sakamoto what he had come there for. After selling a pair of shoes to Sakamoto, Kimishima said that he would never pass the ball to Sakamoto because he played very badly. Even if the team and coach had accepted him, Kimishima would never accept him. Hearing this, Sakamoto became sad and started asking Jin about the technique of receiving passes. Meanwhile, at the shop, Kimishima found Sakamoto's worn out shoes. He wondered how anyone's shoes could get so bad in just 2 months. The next morning, Kimishima again entered the first year changing room with his fierce attitude. Everyone was quite scared to see him except Sakamoto. Sakamoto warmly welcomed him. Then Kimishima returned his old shoes, which he had repaired. Sakamoto was very happy to see this. During the practice match, Kimishima did not pass any ball to Sakamoto. Seeing this, Sakamoto started remembering Kazu and Jin's words and realized that he did not have to request for a pass, but rather he had to find a spot where it would be easy for his teammates to pass the ball. Kimishima saw that Sakamoto was moving in a good position. Seeing this, he passed the ball to Sakamoto. Sakamoto moved forward to take advantage of this opportunity, but he missed the shot. Kimishima's anger knew no bounds. The very next day, another important match was held, where the winner would go to the semi-finals. In this match, Jin displayed his superior skill beautifully and scored a goal, giving the team a tremendous victory. Everyone praised his talent. As for Sakamoto, he was so impressed by Jin that he started crying profusely. Jin always tries to give his 100% during the match. The coach said that the team would get a day off tomorrow to rest. Everyone was very happy to hear this. Jin asked Sakamoto to hang out, but Sakamoto refused, saying he was a bit busy. Jin knew that Sakamoto's busyness was his running practice. He advised him not to practice so much. After all, he still had 3 years to give to the team. But Sakamoto said that 3 years would pass by quickly, and if he didn't try, he would be left behind. Seeing his determination, Jin realized that Sakamoto was right. This had happened to him before, when his carelessness had caused him to regret it later. That's why he tells Sakamoto that every player has been given time to rest their body so that their body can stay fit. On the day of the semi-final match, when the team was discussing in the changing room, Yubitaka told everyone that Sakamoto was still in the toilet. Meanwhile, in the toilet, Sakamoto met a boy who looked like a girl who introduced himself as Kaz's younger brother. He had heard a lot about Sakamoto from Kaz. As he left, he gave him the message that if they won this match, they would officially be able to play against them. But Sakamoto didn't understand this at all. The semi-final match started. Sakamoto also became very excited seeing the wave of enthusiasm among the spectators, while Captain Mitsuki was very angry because he was not allowed to play. Team Sakukazusa were all watching this match very closely. They were confident that Saizaki's team was much better than their opponent, and accordingly, Saizaki's team started performing better. But on the contrary, the opposing team started targeting Jin's legs instead of the ball, causing Jin to fall badly. But still, the referee didn't give him any card. Seeing this, the opponent team started playing even more violently. If this continued, the players would be admitted to the hospital. Realizing this, the coach decided to send Sakamoto to the field. Sakamoto entered the field feeling quite nervous. After all, it was an important match. But seeing the trust and enthusiasm of the people towards him, he regained his energy and joined the team's attack at full speed. Kimishima passed the ball to Jin in the penalty area, but Jin's shot hit the post. The ball bounced back and Sakamoto tried to head the ball, taking advantage of this opportunity. But the opponent kicked Sakamoto in the chest, causing him to faint. The opposing team started making fun of him for leaving the field on a stretcher. Sakamoto decided to not give up and rolled off the stretcher and tried to stand up because he wanted to continue playing. But then Captain Mitsuki picked him up and said that he would handle the rest. After this, the captain entered the field. Everyone was very happy to see him. Only 7 minutes were left in the match, but Mitsuki announced that he would score a goal within the next 5 minutes. 3 players of the opposite team surrounded him so that he could not touch the ball. Here Jin was dribbling the ball, and there Mitsuki was not moving at all. Then, taking advantage of the opportunity, Mitsuki suddenly moved out of the crowd at high speed. He was so fast that even when 3 people pulled him, they could not stop him. Then he jumped very high in the direction of the ball and scored a goal with his header. With this, the match ended and Saizaki's team won the match. Captain Mitsuki encouraged Sakamoto to have confidence because he was not useless. Sakamoto and Jin met that young boy again and found out that the boy was the best player at Saku High School. The coach showed the team the video of Saku High School semi-final match because they were going to face that team in the finals. The Saku team had easily defeated the opponent by 0. The coach made it very clear to them that this was the strongest Saku High School team ever. With 4 strikers, this team included goalkeeper Janka, defender Tanju, center Kaz, and the most dangerous striker Suji, who had scored the most goals in the tournament. But the coach also said that Saizaki's team was also very strong with its three main strikers, striker Jin, midfielder Keizai, and left winger Mitsuki. After the meeting, Sakamoto was about to go for practice again when his teammates blocked his way, fearing that he might die of exhaustion. Well, instead of practicing, he went to his mother's workplace, who was playing with children in a wheelchair. Now, since he left early today, he decided to go home with his mother, which made his mother very happy. His mother showed him his jersey, which they had washed. Sakamoto was happy to see this. His mother couldn't believe that he was in the starting lineup of Saizaki's team in tomorrow's final match. When he went to take a bath, his mother saw his messages, which were full of blessings and encouragement given by people. She became very emotional seeing this. Meanwhile, all the key members of the team were busy with their final preparations. Coach Sahib went to Kimishima's shop and asked him to help their team's key talents soar high. Kimishima realized that the player the coach had not even mentioned was none other than himself. The next morning, both teams arrived at the soccer field with their kids. Both sides were vying to get the upper hand on each other, but their coaches started talking about family matters among themselves. Sakamoto was very excited to enter the player-only passageway, but then the security guard stopped him. He thought he wasn't a player. Not only Sakamoto but also the guard stopped Suji, who was the striker of the Saku team. The guard suspected them of being players due to their height. But then Sakamoto introduced Suji to both the security guards. Well, the security guards let them go and Suji thanked Sakamoto wholeheartedly and promised to score many goals against them as he left. In the locker room, Saizaki's team heard from outside that Saku team would easily win this match. The coach said that the Saku team had won many tournaments, so everyone held them in high regard. But we will definitely win this match. Captain Mitsuki also energized the team members with his motivational speech. Sakamoto was given the responsibility of saying warm words, which he also lived up to everyone's expectations. Then, shaking hands with everyone one by one, he started sending them towards the ground. The spectators cheered both the teams with full enthusiasm, and with this, the match started. Kimishima passed the ball to Jin on the right wing instead of passing it to Mitsuki. But strangely, Jin failed to control the ball. Everyone, including Sakamoto, was shocked to see this. He must be in some kind of trouble. Even Jin couldn't believe that he couldn't feel the ball. He became very confused, but then he realized that this was nothing but his overexcitement. He immediately regained his form and skillfully dribbled past the opponent's defenders and headed straight for the post without passing to anyone. But before he could shoot the goal, Kazo blocked him and he failed to score. Even though he couldn't score a goal, everyone was quite impressed by his feat. They got a corner kick. Kazo realized that the team that was almost lost had been greatly revived by the arrival of these two boys. Here, when Jean got the ball again, he went ahead to finish it himself, but this time Suji easily snatched it from him and easily dribbled past the Saizaki's defenders and shot the goal into the post. But fortunately, the goalkeeper's attention was completely on the ball, which helped him save the goal. Suji regretted saying that his shot was not good at all. Then he went to Jean and bragged that he had dribbled past more people than Jean. But when Jean didn't respond, he left. Realizing Suji's danger, all four defenders of Saizaki followed him. Suzuki also came to watch this match. She was completely amazed to see Suji's game because he was dribbling past Saizaki's defenders as if he was playing with children. They had no way to stop him. Then the ball went to the side. This time it was Saizaki's throw-in. Seeing the defenders panting, Suji mocked them and provoked them. Kimishima passed the ball to Mitsuki. He had full trust in his captain. Mitsuki dribbled past the opponent and easily dodged the defense shooting at the post from a distance of 400 meters. The shot was so powerful that the goalkeeper had to use both fists to push it away, giving Saizaki's team a corner kick. Kazo immediately sent three of his players to mark Mitsuki. Kimishima was ready for the corner kick. Mitsuki jumped and signaled Kimishima to send the ball towards him. Kimishima crossed the ball to Mitsuki's position, where Mitsuki volleyed it but could not beat the goalkeeper. The coach told Sakamoto to pay close attention to all these things because Mitsuki wanted to send a message to him and the entire team through this. The coach had advised Mitsuki to play cautiously before the match because he was still injured, but in this match, he was giving his 100%. A long time ago, when Mitsuki joined the team, he was like a mouse thrown among lions, but due to his grandfather's encouragement, he did not give up and kept trying, and today he has reached this position. Here in the match, Mitsuki was able to take the ball to the post despite being so heavily surrounded. He wanted to tell Sakamoto that it doesn't matter what anyone says, if he works hard, he will surely succeed. Then Mitsuki scored a magnificent goal with his left foot, giving the team a 0 lead. Saizaki's team started celebrating happily, while Sakamoto's face remained completely stunned, because he had finally received Mitsuki's message. The Saku team was now behind Saizaki, so they started planning a strategy to tie it. As soon as the whistle blew, the game started again. This time Jin was going to mark Kazu. Everyone was surprised to see this. In fact, this was part of their strategy. The coach had told him that if they took the lead before the Saku team, he would have to stop Kazu at all costs. If he managed to handle him, they would definitely win. But suddenly, the Saku team also scored a goal, and the score was tied. And surprisingly, the one who scored the goal was none other than Kazu. Jin didn't understand how this happened. He just felt a gust of Kazu's speed and the goal was scored. Then Kazu went to Jin and told him that he was good, but if he wanted to mark him, he would have to wait for the next 2 years. Sakamoto looked at Jin nervously because he was in such a state that he seemed to have lost faith in himself. But Jin immediately regained his composure, even though it was very difficult for him to mark Kazu. But his team still showed full faith in him. The first half of the final match between Saizaki and Saku teams ended. Both the teams had scored one goal each, but the game was still leaning towards the Saku team. Jin's nose was still bleeding uncontrollably